All right, guys, how is everybody? First off, can you hear me okay? That's going to be the important part. But I hope everybody's doing great. We're going to kick it off tonight with a good little drink here. I don't know if you can see the bottle. Get the camera focus on it. It's trying to focus on my hand there. Let's try that again. God, you get all these crazy cameras that are all expensive and stuff, and none of them want to work. There we go. Right there. Bam. This is Southern Collective Spirit Company. Again, right here. Oh, there we go. Finally got it. And this is going to be a new barrel coming into town that myself, my buddy Tanner, and Jackson picked out for his company. He owns Spanky's, which is like a collector, top old school antique car company. So we did a barrel pick with him, which is going to be super nice. But I will say, it's going to be very limited, to the point that about probably 10 bottles will probably be in rotation out there to the public. So when it hits town, people are gonna have to rush over there to get it. I can't hold it. I can't do anything. It's gonna land at Total Beverage, and it's first come, first serve. Probably about 10 to 12 bottles max. So super, super limited. But I'm gonna pour me up a little glass here to kick off the night. Cheers. Oh, it smells so good. I'll take it. All right, so tonight we're going to take a look at the US 30 and a few pairs. Again, I hope everyone's having an amazing night. Throw it in the chat. Let me know how your weekends went, and we'll have some fun. So first off, I want to talk about how the last month went. I think that's important for us to look at. So let's go to our history here, and we're going to click on, let's see, custom, and I want to look at just June as a whole. And we can go in here, click it. We'll go to June 30th. So I'll scroll up here at the top so you can see, the trades we closed out right here at 6-1. So we'll go from 6-1 all the way to 630. And we ended up ending the month of June at $101,389.45, which gives us some of these, the profits and balance and whatnot you can see here. So it wasn't a bad month. I'll take that all month. And a lot of these we had swaps that actually paid us, which was pretty amazing. So solid month on these trades. Super happy about it. Not going to complain one bit. A six-figure month, I don't think anyone's mad with that. So let's go here now and take a look at this weekly. It was weird because we were hoping that we'd have that weekly that would finally close that candle above this zone and give us that push because we were playing a dot to dot. And when I say a dot to dot, we have a dot here and a dot here. That was the trend line we were looking for it to break. The only issue is it didn't break the trend. It went and rejected at 34,500, where we have rejected for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So think about that. For the last month, we have rejected this same zone at the top, and have rejected down here in the bottom twice out of that time, which is the 33,672 that we've had marked up all the way over here that we kept having issues with as far as rejections. We have been consolidating in this area. Now we did drop. We'll consider this candle here a close out of here and here for 4 weeks. So for 1 month, we did drop out of that zone. But outside of that, we have consolidated in this area for 34 weeks. So guys, I don't know about you, but 34 weeks consolidating in one area just sucks. I mean, that's to put this into perspective, if we take the 34 weeks and we think about that in months, that's almost 9 months. So for 9 months, we have been literally setting in this minus 1 month. So it's 8.5 months when I do the math. So let's just take a month away. So for 7.5 months, we've been consolidating in this same area up here, which sucks. All right, so what I want to do is finally get out of this area and close. Now, we fell down further from this rejection point, which is nice. I would love to see us fall, because think about this. We pushed up, we pushed down, we pushed up, we pushed down. All right, in the history of US 30, we know that when we get those types of pushes where it's an up, down, the next one normally leads us down, which is our fifth one. It's the fifth leg, if you will, of the month. Now, this thing could still jump and go back up here and tap and we'd be looking for rejections again. But I honestly feel like we're finally going to get that weekly that pushes and breaks through this zone. All right, so let's look at it on the daily. Let's see what we have here. This was this zone that we said we had to break a daily below to really start pushing. Now this daily candle here, it never broke really down the way we wanted it to. It pushed down and then, jumped right back up. So this is obviously Sunday. So we need Sunday's candle to push down further. Let me go and move this over like this. So we need Sunday's candle to push down. It can close in here or whatever, but Monday needs to open up somewhere in this zone. And if it does, we can look just like that right there and get down to that 33,312 to 33,281 area is just what I would like to see. Now we've got this little bitty zone right here we've marked up. If we go to the left, we got this from a daily wick fill that we had here. And then obviously you can see how the daily turned out. The daily pushed down further, but I kept that zone because I really liked it through here of where we just tapped a wick. Because if we come down here and we hit this area, we're going to want to be very cautious of it pushing right back up into this zone, or if we can close below that and go down. So for the sake of the chart, we're just going to use lines like this. And then I can get rid of that. About right there. There we go. I'll take that. So that's the daily setup. Now let's go ahead and look at this H4. So this H4, we had the rejection up here on that markup that we were looking at that you guys saw me mark up. We finally broke. We broke the zone here. If you go back and watch Carbon Capital's YouTube video, you'll see me talk about a 4-hour template that we were playing where it broke and came down. It went back up, tested, and never got past our swing high. It didn't even get up into the wick fill zone and then fell right back down, and it's heading this area here, which is TP2. If I zoom out, you're going to see TP2. So what I want to do, when we look at this daily, that push down to this area here, open up a new daily candle, and then push down to this area, gives us exactly a break below this TP2, which would lead us further to the TP3. Now, I don't know about you, but that just looks good. Now, the chart, let me load my account so you guys can see on here. Because the trade that we've been taking most of the trades on has been this one here. And if we look at the history of this one, this is the one that I trade on my live streams the most. So let's go look at the last month on this one. Let me go in, put in 6.1 to 6.30, and there we are. So 407. By the time you take out the fees and everything, I had a lot of swap fees on this one. 383,139.84. And you can see too, when I show my trade levels, where we're at right here. So let me zoom in on this top one here. And you're going to see that we got in right there on that rejection. We already closed partials on it. It broke our zone. As it was breaking, we went ahead and got into the sells. Broke trend, came down. This was that rejection right here, 34,000 even. That if you go back and watch my Zoom from last week with everyone, we were looking at a push up, break above, or a push down. And I took that rejection. I looked at the 4-hour, gave us that nice little double top, click sell. It's already protected. So protected, protected, protected. We cannot lose these trades. Okay? So I'm 100% okay with this. If this thing decides to come back up and knock me up, cool. We've got some nice profits. Let's go ahead and add up. We got 236 pips plus 589. We'll take that to 800. And so we got almost 1,500 pips of profit here. Pretty safe. My entry here at the top is 734 away, so I'm okay with running that. All right, so I'm gonna take those trade levels off there. And let's go look at NAS. So US 30, like I said, that's this 4-hour, I'm looking for that break. If you're not in these trades, okay, I've had a few people talk about, okay, I'm not in any trades. What would I do? What should I do? I mean, man, God, that was beautiful. What I would do, really, I would watch this 15-minute right here, and I would pay attention to what we do tomorrow morning for market open. We've got a dot to dot right there. I like the way that dot looks right here, and I'll see if that other dot gives us anything on the Fit Fan when we lock it down. Nope, about right there. So if you're not in any trades and you're looking for buys, I would do this dot to dot I'd wait for a 15, 30-minute candle closure above here, and then I'd run it back. And where would I run it back to? This 34, 144. That's where I'd run it back right there. If you're looking for sells, I mean, I don't like pushing sell anywhere in this area because it's already fallen over 700 pips. So if you're not in sells, look for that pushback, look for that pullback, whatever you want to call it, back up this area if we get it. If you're already in sells and you're doing what I say to do, which is obviously, able to close partials and just protect your entries, then you're good to go. And for you guys sending me anything in the chat, I will be checking those questions here in just a little bit. So that's all I got for sells, man. I don't like anything, if I'm being honest. If you're not already in sells, I mean, you can look at that zone right there, which is 33,726, and try to get a 15-minute or a 30-minute candle closure below that one, and that would be decent. But when we fall hard like this, that's why I like leaving those runners. And you guys are going to hear me say that a lot. The runners is what I like because when this thing starts selling off, I don't have to worry about where's my next entry going to be. Well, but yeah, my entry's up here, so I don't have anything to worry about. So keep that in mind. All right, let's look at NAS though. Where NAS is at, I really like just to sell right here. I'm just going to be honest. At the top of that daily zone, I mean, look at the weekly. I mean, we've been rejecting this weekly area. This looks almost just like that. It looks almost like US 30 that we had. So, I mean, your stop loss is minimal on this. You're talking, I mean, I say minimal. That's your stop loss. 10 pips outside of this box up here. But look, reject, reject, reject. So, in this case, you would push, that'd be TP1. I would put TP2 probably, I'd run TP2 pretty close, right there. And then TP3 would be right here, and I'd have everything close. So TP1, close partials, protect. TP2, take more partials. TP3, take your last partial and just let this thing run and just see what happens. Stop loss, I would actually run my stop loss at about, let's say 15, what is that, 15,331? Let's do 15,350. All right, and that one's gonna be our stop loss. And we'll turn that to red. Bam. All right. I'll come back and fix all that stuff later. Let's look at GU. Ooh. GU closed right up there in that area. And that's a rejection on the 1 hour. I wanted that GU to sell all the way down to there. But TP1 would be right there. So it'd look like this. TP1. Change that to blue. All right. Odd U. And I've been trading odd U on my other account, so jump on it. And for odd U, I really want about right there. I would run TP at 0.66160. Point 66160. Man, it's probably crazy. Y'all actually watching someone not just mark up, but take actual trades while they're marking up. Pretty cool, huh? Especially on their own account. What would you know? So I like that setup there. Go ahead and take that to the 30. And I wonder what that gives me if I look at the fit fan through there. It already closed the gap up top. Yep. Cool. All right, EU. So EU, let's look at the weekly. And again, I mean, this was the candle it needed to close out. So let's take our objects, look at our Fibonacci, get our retracement. 50% of that candle is where we're actually setting. So we've already ate up 50% of this on that candle. This top candle basically ate up all of it. So, I mean, again, 1, 2, 3 weeks setting flat. I'm 100% okay with going in on that one. We'll go in a little light on that one. And I'm just going to run that TP right there at that break we had. All right. In you. Look at the weekly on this one. And daily. Yeah, man, we got the whole daily candle right here. I'm gonna do the same thing again on the. Actually, this is a smaller trade, so we're gonna go in at 10. We're just gonna run our TP. I'll put it down here for a second. I just want to see what 50% looks like on that candle. Yeah, 50% is about right there. So let's do about right there on that daily. All right, CAD Chef. Man, CAD dropped out of our zones pretty hard. Look at this day. Let's reset this template here. Go to 30. Ah, my dots went away. I've got to let it load. Oh, look at that nastiness right there. All right, so 30-minute. Where's this dot to dot take us? There, and this dot to dot takes us right there. So we would need a break of this to here and push up like that. So we'll do this at 10. And we'll go buy stop. And so close candle, put you in trade. All right, cool. TP on this one. I really like this gap right there. So I'd close partials right here. So we'd close partials in this area, this box right here, breaking trend. And then we would let it run and close the final TP up here. So what happens? GJ. Reset GJ. I mean, that's the weekly. You look at the monthly. Man, I know you're not supposed to try to catch a falling knife, but I mean, why not? It's pushing up. I'd love a rejection of that weekly. I mean, look, that's last week just coming down. So let's go ahead and look at the 50. We'll look at 50% of that candle right there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it better. Bring it in just a tad. I didn't quite get on the 50 on it. So, about right there would be a solid trade. All right. And that one is set at 178.280. And I got a few more on here to look at. Let's look at UCAD, weekly. Let's clear it up a bit. Daily. I really don't like it. Man, UJ, get that push up rejected at the bottom. Let me load some chart info here. So that 30-minute looks. I mean, you connect the dots on it. You really only have, yeah, there's not many dots to connect at all. It should at least touch that though. And then break that and push back up into this area right here. So, I mean, that's a small risk if we're really looking at it. I mean, it's rejected this area, gave us a swing low, pushed up. So we'll go a buy into that. And I'm gonna put it right there. And I'll just keep an eye on this one here. No, we're already in profit. What do you know? Well, come on, man, stop. I can go ahead and close you out and make a few bucks. All right, let's look at ICAD. Let's Let's reset this template here. That looks nasty. 4 hour. There's just nothing that looks pretty, but I'll tell you what, it looks pretty to come back up to that area right there. That's the daily zone. We'll go light on that one. And I'm gonna put it right there. Bam. And Odd Chef. Oh, not touching Odd Chef. Let's look. 1 hour. And what's our data look like? Well, let's load some data, that'd help. So we're going to do this one kind of like we did the other day, where I kind of like the setup with the TP1 on that dot. There's nothing else really here to find, so on this one we're going to do a sell stop right about there, and I'd like to see my TP 156. We'll call it 156,390. So 156,390. 156,390. All right, there's TP. And EOD. Nope, not touching. I don't like it. Load some data. I've not looked at these so long that, man, look at that drop that it had. 30-minute. Any questions y'all have, throw it in the chat and I'll check them in just a little bit. I'll look at that wick fill on the hour. And the daily. Man, the daily's set on the bottom. Look how many times we've rejected this area down here. So if we look at it on the hour, I mean, you're talking I mean, this thing could push back down to this area. But if I'm being honest, that daily candle, that got chewed up there. I would just like to catch a quick little push up, but man, I like how that's setting. So that's how we're going to look now. Go back and I want to look at US 30 one more time. On that 4 hours how we're setting. So the way you could do this, fill in this bottom wick fill right here on the 4 hour. Like that. And take it down to, like, you can do the 30-minute or the 15-minute. If you can get a candle closure out of this, you could take that trade, but just know your stop loss, like on the 30-minute, your stop loss is this last swing high. And that's just I mean, that's not a terrible stop loss, but that's a big stop loss. I would rather wait to see what the market open gives us, you know, to where if it just does slam up, man, just click sell up here. You know, if price jumps up to here, and we can get some rejections, just maybe 1 or 2 rejections right here. Even if push up, come back down, and reject, I just click sell. Right there, just like that. All right, I'm gonna check the questions. I gotta send out a quick text message right here to a buddy of mine. All right. Let me check out some questions and see what we got. Good evening. What's up, buddy? What's up, guys? Time to murder the charts this week. Man, I sure do hope so. Actually, I'll go to my speaker view. Guess it looks better that way when I'm talking to you guys. My weekend was all right. We had rain part of the day yesterday. The rain started around 9 a.m. today. Fun at church. Awesome, Kevin. That's good to hear, brother. Still holding that sell. Amen. I'm still holding that sell. And here's the thing, like, I'm still holding still holding that sell for the TP for the gap that we're playing a while back from US 30. And I've caught a little bit of flack, if you will, on that, where people have said, why didn't you close that trade out? Well, because I was taking buys all the way up and I've stacked sells all the way down. So, ultimately I could close that trade, but I know it's going to win. The drawdown on it is not terrible because on that account, I've already made almost $400,000. So it's a wash either way, whether I close it now or whatever. And I'd rather wait till it's in profit and close it because I've made more profit on the way up. So, Josh Daly says a pullback to 33,900. It'd be a good area. I'll tell you that much. That's the same area that we've been, sliding in for a while. Excuse me. I will say, if you look at my TradingView template, which you guys can't see it because it's on a whole other computer, but it's uploaded in my Discord, and I'll upload it again. I've got TP2 set at 33,650, and I'm pretty confident about us hitting that, just because we've hit it. On the 4-hour chart and even on the daily chart several times in the past, since April of this year. So I'm pretty confident we're going to hit that one. So at least if we are going to have a pullback, I either want the pullback to happen during London tonight and then push down to that area in the morning, or I want us to push down to that area tonight during London and then push back up for tomorrow for the New York Open. Because if we do push down any further, we do need a little bit of retracement coming back up. Lifelines engulfing only on Carbon. Yes. So the indicator for the dots are lifelines, and they are on Carbon Capital, which is the broker I use. What's going on with corn? Let me see. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on with corn. Corn, still holding my buys. I'm in profit like $400. I was in profit at 8K, but I'm holding it. Man, this guy marks up so damn fast and effortless. It's crazy. You shouldn't. Analyzing a chart should not take you long, because to give you guys like perspective, I'm looking at the weekly to see where we're at. Are we midway? Are we at the top? Have we had a big push down or push up? Is there an area that it needs to retrace back to or fall to? And that's it. So visually, as soon as I look at it, I can tell if this is a trade I want to take or a trade I don't want to take. Like it's that simple. And it shouldn't. And here's the thing. And this is kind of a pet peeve of mine that I've seen over the years of being a trader, not just in one specific industry. But when people go to mark up charts, they're like, "Oh man, this is a killer trade. This trade's going to just turn out to be the best trade of the week," and they're just marking it up on TradingView, and they're not even taking the trade. Like I don't understand that. Like if I'm marking up a trade and it's a killer trade or a nice setup, I'm taking that trade, which is why you guys just saw me take the trade while I was marking up. There's no reason for me to mark it up and say, well, I'll take that trade later. It's like, no, I'll take the trade now and make the profits. So maybe I'm just dumb and like trading. I don't know. Let's see here. No stop losses on these pairs. What's up, Mike? So for the stop loss on pairs, I don't run it because in my mind, I already know how much I'm willing to risk for that. So on those pairs that you guys just saw me take the trade on, some of them were like $5 a pip, some of them were $100 a pip. So on those trades, if they get to a $10,000 to $15,000 loss, then I'll more than likely just close them. And I'll go back and look at my history. So for example, and I'll show you this because it's easy just to do it right here on my phone because I can search here. So let's say, let me look at a symbol. So you guys saw me take the trade on GU. All right. So I'll go back and I'll look at GU. And so far on GU in the last year, I've made I had swaps and commissions. I made $410,278.81 on GU. Well, you can't really see it. 0 losses on GU. I've not lost a single trade on GU within the last year. So knowing that, I can take this trade on GU at $100 a pip. And if this thing were to say go negative, 150 pips or 200 pips, it's not going to cut into any of this profit that I've made at all. So then I'll determine, okay, is it in an area where I need to hedge against it? to take the trades the opposite direction, or do I just close it out? And considering the fact that I've taken every single trade live with you guys, whether it was on a YouTube live stream, a Zoom, or in my channel, which is Andy's Trading Channel in the Discord, you guys have seen how I've managed every single trade. And I've only had one trade that got out of hand, and that was the US 30 gap fill that I had to hedge against. Outside of that, the setups just win. I don't question myself. I don't question my markups. I just take the trades. So now I will run stop losses on gold or something like that. Gold and those move stupid. And all my losses this year that I've really had that were crazy were gold, believe it or not. I did take the NOS sell. I took the NOS sell. Let's see where I'm at here on NOS. I took the NOS sell at a 0.50, and I'm currently in drawdown of $411. It may blow my account if I'm not careful. I'm just kidding. We're looking good. We're looking really good. I'll trust it. Do you still recommend traders use Carbon Capital? All day. It's the broker that I recommend everyone use. It's all the nonsense that people have seen on social media with the whole, if you're not regulated this, if you're not regulated that, or you need to not trade on a regulated broker, you need to trade on this and that. This is how I look at it. I say, what has made you the most money? Okay, this is where common sense is fun to really hone in on. The people that scream, and it can be no individual person. I mean, I've heard it in the stock market, I've heard it in the crypto market, I've heard it in the foreign exchange market. The people that are telling you, don't use XYZ brokers, only use this broker, because these brokers are bad. Okay, I always say, well, what was the bad experience you had for these brokers? And then I go back and look at their Facebook and their history of Instagram or Twitter or wherever. And what I've seen is a lot of these people, when they're like, hey, don't use like this crypto exchange because they're bad. I go back a few years and it's the only exchange these people were pushing. It was the exchange that everyone was making all their Lambo money on. It was the exchange that everyone was making all their watch money on. So if it did so well for them to be able to buy Lambos and watches and mansions and all this stuff, then why wouldn't it work for me? That raises an eyebrow. So then it's like, what, did this person have a part in this business and they were getting paid out money? Or were they just marketing a scamming company? It's almost like when you have athletes. I'm going to just use me for example. If I sat here and told you this is the best water right here you can drink, it's the only water you should drink. It's the best water. It's going to make you feel great, blah, blah, blah. And then 5 years from now, I say, this is the worst water you could ever drink. You need to be drinking this water over here because this water is the best. Okay, well, what made this water not good anymore? Something has to happen. Well, and a lot of traders are like, well, I didn't get my payout. Well, if you didn't get your payout, how'd you buy all your Lambos or your Ferraris or whatever it is? And there's not a paper trail to that. That's the kicker. Everyone that's screaming, don't do this or don't do that, there's not a paper trail for themselves. They've heard it from someone else. And yes, I had bad experiences with brokers. I had an extremely bad experience. And I had brokers that did not pay me. I had brokers that did me wrong. I had brokers that would close me out of trades. I had brokers that, like when oil, for example, oil tanked and I caught oil all the way down as it was going negative, made 6+ figures on it. And then I got a nice letter from the broker, email, saying that because of a systematic issue, my trade was invalid and they had closed it and they were not going to pay me on it. Okay, so once I started meeting the team of Carbon Capital and how they were running their business and how I was getting paid and everything else, it was a no-brainer. So, and I'm not here to throw any specific, brand under the bus or talk bad about them. Notice I don't mention other names of brokers because I only mention the one that I can trade with, which is Carbon Capital, and no one else has to trade on it. You can do whatever you want to. I'm just saying what works for me. Are you going to open one-on-one calls again? One-on-one calls should be open. They should be. Let me double check. Unless something happened. Let's see. Nope, I've not opened it back up yet. Give me about I forgot to close those down when my dad went to the hospital. Give me about 2 or 3 more days, and I'll have those open. Let's see. Little off topic, missed some of the previous investment meetings. How do we get into the investment now? You will not have to do anything with the investment right now. Nothing. Give me about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I'll have some stuff for you guys in terms of the investment. I'll go live on YouTube, and I'll also throw it in the Discord and the Telegram. How do you feel about the SEC ruling coming up for Wednesday for Bitcoin? I don't feel a way about it. When it comes to the SEC and CFTC and all that stuff, I don't have a specific feeling about anything because they're going to do anything that's beneficial for them. And I've said that since day one. The government typically doesn't care about individuals at a larger scale. If they did, there'd be a lot more things in place to help the average American right now, and there's not. So anything that the SEC does, it's mainly to benefit them, the people that are working in the government at that higher level of the Senate and Congress and all that stuff, not us sitting here watching this YouTube stream. I got to go. Anything? Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for the explanation of carbon. I appreciate your man. Thank you so much, Eds. Jason, amen to that. You start pushing up. Let it. I'd love for it to. Like that's what I said. I'd love that retracement to push back up to that 33,900 and then just tank for tomorrow. Glad your dad is doing okay. Dad's doing good. Dad's doing really good. It was a scary time there for a few weeks, but I say a few days. It was 10 days, but we're good to go. Yeah, I always forget I'm on YouTube right now. You guys be sure to hit the like button. Be sure you subscribe, and just engage with me. That's about it. So I'm gonna stay on here for about probably maybe 10 more minutes. We've already got the markups done. So you guys throw some questions in there for me. Hey Andy, hope the family is well. When will Carbon start accepting funds via? I want to say that we are probably 12 to 24 days out from that. And I say we, the technology company that I work for, Algo Technologies, is who's implementing that for Carbon. So about probably 12 to 24 days is what I'd like to see. Because man, when that happens, we're ready to rock and roll. iPhone or Android, man, I'm an iPhone person. I've got my Mac Studio that's running this setup here in front of me. I think we've got like 34 Mac devices in the house. So I've been a big Mac guy my whole entire life. But when it comes to the trading setup, I'm a PC guy, 100%. I really hope you guys, I know everyone's not going to get a bottle of this because, one, you got to be local to get it. And like I said, maybe, I was looking at the text messages. I had to shoot a buddy a text, and it's probably going to be 10 to 12 bottles released to the public. There's only 35 bottles coming out of this barrel total. So super, super limited. And I hope you guys get one because it's so good. What's the next car? Good question. The next car is being decided to Hannah. I told her that, we've had a crazy year of just randomness. And when I say randomness, just, having to go here, dad gets sick, and then, horse stuff over here, traveling over here, business stuff here. It's been a crazy, crazy year. So I was like, for all the craziness I put her through, I was like, you can pick the next car. So she is, we went to order a Sequoia. And then right about the time it was going to hit, Hannah was like, hold up. I don't know if I want a Sequoia. I want to look at some other SUVs. So she does not have the time to go and test drive all of them. So she's looking at a Cadillac Escalade, a Jeep Wagoneer, a newer, I say newer because she already has a Mercedes GLS 63, but she's looking at a 2024, I think, or 2023. Yeah, 2023, 2024s are coming out. GLS 63 AMG, and then the Toyota Sequoia is still on the list. So I'm thinking she's going that SUV route. No, this is not Chattanooga whiskey. This one here is from the Southern Collective Spirit Company out of Nashville, and we picked our own barrel for it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So the name of the bottle, Roger, is Southern Collective Spirit Company. It'll be released at Total Beverage off East Brainerd Road. right next to Publix. I don't have the release date yet, but as soon as I do, I'll give everybody the release date. The way that I'm going to do it, I was just thinking about it as I was sending the text message out about the bottles and all this stuff. We'll probably do a raffle for it. It will be the best way because, that first come, first serve thing, when I really think about it, kind of sucks because you got 30 or 40 people that show up for something and then it's not available. It just sucks. So what I'll probably do is do a raffle online, take everyone's name, put them in a hat and draw names, and that'll be determining who gets the bottle reserved for them. So we're going to do a raffle style on it. The more and more I think about it, raffle style is going to be the best. The Cadillac Escalades are a beast. I like it. I just love the basically the way that Lexus and Toyotas, you can just run them into the ground and they go forever. Because I've not had any problems out of my Lexus. My Lexus has 278,000 miles on it. It's 22 years old and it has been run in the ground and the thing still goes. So Lawson, as far as when he's going to start racing, I'm not sure. We've still got a lot of riding to do under our belts and dial his bike in and get him ready. He was doing cardio the other day with all of his gear on, so he's getting ready for it. So that won't be the next Dropout Kids tequila. This is a barrel pick that I did with my buddy Jackson and Tanner, and it's for his company called Spanky's. So if you're on Instagram and you want to do me a favor, because I love supporting local people. So if you'll type in Spanky's Auto Garage, SPANKYS Auto Garage, you'll see his page. And if you can just go give him a follow, that'd be freaking awesome. He just gets some older cars. Like he ended up getting this old Trans Am. You can't see it, but old Trans Am that's just mint inside. Really cool cars, but Spanky's Auto Garage. So we're doing a barrel pick with him, and it was just a small barrel. We tried 5 barrels, and this one here stood out the most. And I was like, this is what we're going with. And they came back and was like, it's one of the smallest barrels out of all of them. I was like, of course it would be. Let's see. Oh, the 4th celebration was unreal. We blew up the neighborhood. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, so our UJ trade's looking good. The UJ buy that we did is up $800. We're in drawdown on NU 530, and then the GJ I'm in drawdown on it 500 and some change, and EU I'm in drawdown at 200 to change, and then OddCAD in profit $100. So we'll see how those turn out tomorrow, and that'll be it. Let's see. Did anyone win the Fudded account after attending the last boot camp in Nashville? Yes. It wasn't a funded account. We just put funds in someone's account, and that was Richard Alexander. Did you mark up gold? You know what? I didn't mark up gold. All right, let me switch back here, and we'll look at gold. Thanks for mentioning that. All right, so gold took a bounce. Right here on that 5-minute mark, which happened today, and I didn't catch it because I wasn't home, but that'd have been a nice catch for the bounce up. Let's look at 30 minutes, see where we're at. And again, we've got just that. I mean, there's a part of it. It's like, man, US 30 comes down. We get to that area, we're gonna push up. If we run gold, our next stop loss, man, is way down here, and that's a sucky stop loss. And we've got this area right here that it could reject again, which is a 30-minute wick fill. So it's just if I could have got on this bounce right here, literally when we started the meeting, had we looked at gold, we would have seen it on that bounce and would have clicked buy, and we would have already been in profit, which would have been nice. So yeah, I mean, for me, maybe a 15-minute candle close, you could push up here. There's a part of me that kind of wants to take that buy though right now and just watch it. And then say, man, if it gets down in this area right here, take a sell, right about there on that break, and then run it down. What do you guys think? Throw it in the comments. Do I click buy or sell? And let's see. I'm curious. Do I need a minimum amount? A micro account with $1,000 is great for about everything. $1,000 in a micro account is really all you need. Trading at a 0.01. But you guys tell me, buy or sell? Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3 buys, 2 sell. Jason says 10 standards. I'm clicking buy then. You guys said buy at 10 standards, so 10 standards, buy. All right, and we're gonna run TP right to the tip of my arrow, because here lately it's been hitting the tip of my arrow. There we go. That's what I got. If I lose this trade, I'm coming after y'all that said buy. Normally I do opposite. Today I actually went with the masses, which is rare. Garrett says, "Hey Andy, it's good to see you tonight. It's good to have y'all here. The last few Zooms I've done, it's been very quiet, which is weird for me. Normally there's a large group of people here on it, but here lately, like I said, it's been pretty quiet. But maybe it's the time of the day and stuff that I'm doing them. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off here, and kids are about to get ready to go to bed. This week, actually, let's look at the news real quick and see what we got. So we've got on Monday, we've got GBP news at 11 a.m. On Tuesday, we don't have much. No USD news on Tuesday. Wednesday, so Wednesday is CPI, and that's at 8:30. And then we got Thursday PPI and PPI is a Thursday at 8:30, and then Friday is consumer sentiment. So this is what I recommend, and you can take this with a grain of salt. But this is what I recommend. The positions you can get between today and tomorrow are huge, because any position you can get today or tomorrow that you can protect on US 30 will allow you to not have to do anything during the news events. Because if you can get into position today or tomorrow and get a 300 to 400 pip pad, and then it pushes down, news comes out and it just slams down and or up, whichever way it goes, it allows you to not have to trade those days. Because the last thing you want to do is jump on your computer and you've got news coming. You're trying to figure out which position to take. Nothing makes sense. Maybe you're in a wedge, and it's okay, price could go up, price could go down. We need a 15-minute break. And you don't get that 15-minute break, because as soon as the market opens, it just flies one direction or the other. Okay? So I always say try your best to get those positions prior to the news. And that's what we're doing. That's why I got these positions I did today. That's why we got the positions we did last week on US 30. Okay? To where we're already safe in that area. So tomorrow, I do not plan to trade live at all tomorrow. And I don't plan on trading live on Tuesday, because there's really not much going on. But what we will do is we'll at least look at the market. So sometime tomorrow and sometime Tuesday, we'll jump on, see where we're at, see where the current trades are that we've taken, and see if we can try to get an early entry. You know, I don't like taking those trades day of when it comes to news like that, especially when we've been consolidating in that same zone. And when I say same zone, I want y'all to take a look at this real quick with US 30 when we look at this weekly. We've been in this same weekly area. I mean, we did drop out of it here, but you guys just heard me say we've at least had a wick in this area for 35 weeks minus 1 month. So if we take our calendar and we look at those 35 weeks, and we just take out 1 month, that's 8 months basically. So for 8 months, we've been consolidating in that area. And as long as price is in that area, which we're in there right now on the weekly, it's never safe. Now, if we can dip out of that gray box and get below 33,446, now we can get back to those days where we're looking at the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart, getting on the market open and taking those trades. But that's the reason I've not been taking those trades on market open, is because market open has been somewhere in this gray box. And look, a whole week of up and down, up and down, up and down, for it to just literally be in the same spot. And then you get a week like this where it's up, push back down, push up, push back down. You can't protect those entries and let them run. No matter what, if you got in buys down here and you protected, you got knocked out. And you got in sells up here, you got knocked out. Maybe you got in buys down here, you got knocked. Like, there's just no way you've been able to protect trades and take advantage of the market. So I want to get out of this area, which that's that 33,446, and if we can break below it, now we can start trading those New York Opens again, which is where we look at the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and say, okay, this is the break we're looking for. Here's our swing low, here's our swing high, here's a trend line break, and we take those trades. So hopefully that makes sense to everyone on why we're doing it that way. It's the safest way to trade, because that's one thing you're going to find out. And that'd be really cool. In the comments, just drop in there how long you've been following me, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, wherever. You know, it could be 2 months, could be 1 year, 2 years, whatever. Just drop it. I'd be curious to see what everyone has. But if you know anything about me, I have always been about what is safe for my capital. Now, I've not always traded safe for equity, but I've always traded safe for capital. And when we're in an area where nothing's safe, there's no reason to trade and be wild and get out of hand, because then you start risking your capital. And I hate risking capital. I can't stand it. So let's see where we're at. We're in profit on gold. Well, not right now. We're not. It just slammed down. Was the Zoom? So the Zoom yesterday was not recorded. On that meeting, Jeff and even myself just wanted people to be on there, ask questions live and whatnot. So we will be doing I say we, Jeff and Sean will be doing a podcast. And on that podcast, they're going to be going over more and more stuff. What's up, bro? You want to say hey to the camera out there?
Hey, guys.
You going to bed?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I love you. Sleep good.
Okay.
I'll see you in the morning.
Glenn wants to say goodnight.
Good night, sweetie.
Are y'all watching Defending Jacob? They're coming over or no?
Mwah.
Can I show the fam what my Mercer was?
You want to say hey to the camera?
Hi.
Yeah, you gotta slide in. See, there's your face.
Look what I got, guys. Actually, does no smoke. Actually, kind of like
Defending Jacob with Lindsay and Matt.
Let's, because Lane didn't sleep so good last night, let's tell Lane we'll do it tomorrow night. That way she can actually get sleep tonight. What? You're gonna be staying with Poppy and Gigi tomorrow, so you'll be fine. Sure. You're welcome, sweetie. I love you. Sleep good, okay? All right. All right, you can shut it, sweetie. Glad to finally be able to catch another live. Been a while. It has, Brian. Let's see how long. Let's see. 2 years. I've been following you for 2 years. 2 years since day one. Yeah, Roger's known me since like 2016, 2017, something like that. 1.5 years, 5 years, 2 years, 2 years, 7 months. Thank you, Jason. So yeah, we got enough people on here to understand that I'm big on protecting trades. I'm big on protecting capital, and I think that's the best and easiest way for you to compound your account. I mean, think about it. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm not trying to give myself applause of anything. But if you look at traders and you see how they trade, you look at their track record. And when I say traders, I'm not talking about just the Forex market. When I say trades, everyone's always talking about Forex. No. I'm probably the furthest thing out of the Forex market than you could ever imagine, because I mainly trade stocks. than pairs. So traders in general, from stocks, crypto, options, whatever. The ones that are very safe in their entries, don't emotionally get attached to the news and things taking shape, and look at the longer projections of where they want their trades to go, are typically the ones, excuse me, they're the most profitable. All right. So one thing I do want to show y'all. Let me jump. What is it, sweetie?
Is it okay if we can watch Defending Jacob tonight?
We're going to do it tomorrow night. And the only reason I said tomorrow night is because last night you stayed up extremely late and you didn't sleep that well. And Lindsay and Matt, you did not. And Lindsay and Matt are on their way over too. And it'll be late for us to watch it. So let's do it tomorrow night because Lynn's going to stay with Poppy and Gigi, and that way it's just us here.
Alright. What about Lawson?
Lawson's going to be here too, but he'll be in bed. Good night, Lenny. I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
All right, so I'll show you guys something real quick. We're going to go to US 30. And we're going to look at trade history. We're going to look at the monthly. Actually, the weekly. And I want you guys to take a look at this right here. Let me go to my screen. I would love for everyone to find a trader that has been trading on a live stream. Now, granted, I've been trading on a live stream for 4 years. But a lot of the times I would end up at the end of the year, at the end of 6 months or whatever, I'd say, okay, I want to start with a whole new account so it was fresh. That way it was always fresh and people could see me start over with a new balance. But then it was brought to my attention one day that almost every single trader that people follow online changes accounts monthly. And I was like, well, that makes no sense. Why would they do that? Well, because when you change them monthly, you don't see the history. And some people don't want you to see their history. So what you're looking at here was I took my first trade on this account right here, April of 2022. And this is a full rundown of every trade that I have taken on this account. And if you look at the daily, you can scroll as far as you want to and see. Oh, God, look at that. That was, we were stacking on that. Look at all those trades. God, it's terrible. Look at all those trades. We went nuts. And that was April right there. Right there was the first trade we took. First trade I took on this account was profit for $24,000. And the reason that this is important is because I tell people all the time, when you're sitting on a Zoom with someone or you're, signing up for mentorship, coaching, or whatever, they should be able to show you this because this is something now that I'm proud of. I'm proud to be able to show people the history of trades. I'm proud to show people trades that I marked up. I'm proud to show people that all the time that I put in on the live streams, the Zooms, the Discords for just showing up is referenced here. And that's another thing that I think is lacking a lot with people today. And I get asked that probably, like I got asked that question literally on Instagram a while earlier. And I said, I'm going to address it on YouTube they said, what do you think's lacking right now in trading as a whole or in people that are doing business mentorships and stuff? And I said, it's showing up. There's people that start Discords and never show up. Like they show up once a week. If you go look at my Discord, I'm posting something almost every single day. People asking questions, I'm responding back. There's people that start Telegrams, get all their members in there, and then disappear. And then some of those people will have some random person run it for them. And the person that started it doesn't even show up. It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's like if you've got a community that's built around your morals, that's built around what you want to teach and how you want people to learn, you would want to be present. And I just think there's a lot of people right now that just aren't present, that need to be present as people are trying to learn and grow. So I just thought that was something cool to show you guys. Yeah, Brian's known me my whole entire life. He says no, if I would have just listened all those years. Yeah, Jason, that's just US 30. That's not any of the other ones either. You risk what you can and protect and let it roll. That's a safe way to invest and stack. Sounds so simple, but you make it look so simple, bro. Thank you. Have to trust the process. You do. You have to trust the process. Phone's going to die. Got to get back to work. Thanks for your time, Andy. Kevin, thanks for being here, brother. And thanks for checking in too while you're at work. That shows the support. I appreciate that. He says, Andy, a lot of people can't do what you do. A lot of traders try to trade live and it ends up I can't see that last part because my screen's got a heart at the bottom of it. Try to trade live and it ends up in a talk fest with no Q&A. Well, it's I think we've seen, and I didn't even mean for this YouTube to go this route, but here we are. I think we've seen a lot of people that have shifted focus in trading. We've seen people that were big in the crypto space, big traders, doing all kinds of live streams and everything, that now have just went straight to Reels and marketing, one of their exchanges or marketing a coin or a project they work for, and have just stopped the trading aspect of it live. You've got some who have went more of the podcast route where, they were live streaming and going crazy, and then all of a sudden now they're podcasting. And this is something really cool that I don't know how many people have thought about, but let this sink in for a second. In 2019, actually, you know what? Just jump over here on the chart with me. It'll make it easier this way. So let's go back, and we're going to look at the weekly. And this kind of represents the whole stock market. So see this fall right here in 2020, right here? All right, most people started marketing, and y'all may remember this, right about here. So if you go back, we're going to rewind back from the 2020, and we're going to go to 2018. So this is something fun you can do. You can get your phone out and go find a trader that you like. It can be any of them. Literally, find any trader that you want. A lot of traders have deleted stuff. A lot of traders have kept stuff. But as you go and find that trader, go back to about 2018. And like I said, this is fun. It can be anyone in the crypto space. It can be anyone in the Forex space. It can be anyone in the stock space. It doesn't matter. Business investments, you name it. Just go find them. And when you scroll back to 2018, you're going to notice a lot of different content than what you see now. And what you're going to see during that time is trading advice. You're going to see them talk about the things that they're building, the businesses that they're buying, the trades that they're coordinating. You're going to see a lot of stuff like that. And then as it progressed, and hold on a second here, Hannah just sent me a message. Bear with me 1 second here, guys. All right. So what you're going to find is in this area right here of 2018, they start really promoting, stocks, the stocks you can buy, leverage trading in the market. And, you had a solid, 2.5 months where the market pushed up. And then we had these talks of, the economy, we're looking good, everything's growing, and then crap, there's this new thing coming out. It's called COVID. It's in another country. It may hit us. And then the market craps itself. Now look, we went from here to here at the bottom, right here in a month. And during this time, a lot of your traders were silent, okay? So a lot of them were silent. They wasn't really talking about, their trades or anything, because a bulk majority of them got margin called on that. Now, this is where it gets fun. From this point down here, all the way up to this point, all of your traders, when I say all your traders, this is for crypto, this is for stocks, this is for Forex. They're holding live trades. Who remembers that? I can't be the only one. Who remembers all the traders that used to stream live on Instagram, and all the traders that would host Zooms, and all the traders that were always streaming live on YouTube, trading live, like they were physically trading live on their real account? Y'all may remember that. It was MT4s all over the place. MT4 live stream on Instagram, MT4 live stream on YouTube, you name it. So who remembers that point in time in 2020? I do. I remember it like yesterday. Give y'all just a second here to answer that. Dun, dun, dun. Uh-oh. What did I just do? No, I need my chat window back. I just closed my chat and did not mean to do that. There we go. Whew. Scared me. So, all right, got you guys coming in. So, as they're promoting and 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 trading, you couldn't lose. And if you go back and look at it, no one was running shorts on the market. Most everyone was always long every single day. It's like we're long in US 30. We're long in US 30. We're going to this trade here on US 30. We're long in here. We're clicking buy here. All of your stock guys were like, buy this stock, buy Delta, buy this, buy that, buy this restaurant, buy Uber, they were just because you could not lose, okay? I want you to think about that. At the end of 2019, right, not the end of 2019, I'd say March to April of 2020, going into May through about October of 2020, all the way until we got right up in this area here in the middle of 2021, you could not lose. You could buy about any stock you wanted to. You could invest in about anything you wanted to, and you could click buy on US 30 almost every single day. And guess what? You wasn't losing. Well, a lot of these traders continued to host live streams in this area right here. Right in here. They were still holding their live streams, and they were buy and they'd get slammed out. And they'd get into sells and they'd go up. They'd get into buy and it'd slam down. And you had people that were blowing accounts left and right on YouTube live streams, Instagram live streams, everything. And it was getting so frustrated for them. They were getting so mad. They were investing in this stock, and then this stock was crashing that they stopped. And we saw a shift. So then we went from live trading to education, to mentorships, to podcast, to more content, to in-persons. And I did those. I did in-persons. I did mentorships, but I was still live trading. Still doing it today. And what happened was we saw that shift that everyone was taking. So, like when Dell here says a lot of people can't do what you do and trade live, it turns into a Q&A, it's because that's what they're comfortable with now. Like with me, it'd be easy to get behind this camera and just talk to you guys instead of having to physically trade live and worry about making a fool of myself to everyone. Because when you trade live, it puts everything out there. It puts your history out there. It puts your trades out there. It puts how well you know the market out there. It makes you vulnerable. Vulnerable. Blech, I can't even talk tonight. That's what I get for having too much whiskey. But when you do that, it puts you in a space to where people don't feel comfortable. Whereas if I shut this computer off and I've got a screen here in front of me and I'm doing a Q&A, I'm doing a podcast, or I'm interviewing someone, I can almost do whatever I want to do. I can say whatever I want to say. I don't have someone putting me in a weird situation. Like I was on a live stream a while back with a few traders, and one of the guys in the chats were like, hey, we want to see your history. Hey, we want to see your history. Hey, we want to see your history. And the question kept getting ignored to the point that everyone in the chat started saying, hey, show us your history. You've been asked about 10 times now, you're not doing it. And I mean, the comments were just rolling in. The guy killed the live stream and never traded live again because he knew he couldn't show his trading history. If he did, it was going to look so bad that people then were going to say, wow, this guy isn't even a real trader. We can't even follow him. We can't even listen to what's coming out of his mouth because he doesn't even know how to trade. So again, it puts everything on a plate and exposes where your weaknesses are and also where your strengths are. Now, I've had bad trades live and it sucked. Like you guys may have remembered a few of them where we have completely the market is falling out while we've been in buys or falling out while we've been in sells. And you know what? It sucks. But at the end of the day, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here, is because whether it's a good day or a bad day, I'm here for it. Whether it's a good trade or a bad trade, I'm here for it. You know? So, but Dale, I'm glad you said that, because we see it a lot now, and I would love to see more live trading. It's just, you know, every time I see live trading and I see a trading view chart, I'm gonna be honest, it makes me want to vomit. Like, it makes me want to vomit, because like, that's not live trading. That's live marking up. And anyone can mark a chart up. Anyone. My 7.5-year-old son can mark up a chart, because you're drawing a line, you throw a few indicators on there, and you're good to go. And a lot of these guys pull this number here, where you're sitting here and you're like, well, guys, you know, US 30, if we break here, click buy. We break there, we click sell. One of them's going to happen. All right, well, then price goes up here like this, and it's in 210 pips of drawdown. And then all of a sudden, slams down. And then the trade just tanks, and they get online the next day. They're like, see, I told you, if you'd have taken that sell, you'd have won. Bro, you had 220 pips of drawdown up here in a buy. What would you have done? Like, with your money on the line, what would you have done? And again, that's why I say trading view markups have nothing to do with trading. Because unless you're personally taking that trade with your money and your emotions on the line, anyone can do it. And how would you handle that trade? If you're in 220 pips of drawdown, are you holding it? Is your account even big enough to hold it? Did you exit? Did you hedge against it? That's what people need to know, because that's the only way everyone can grow, is if we know how someone's managing a trade. So hopefully we can get more people to trade live again. What size monitors do you have on your setup? And are they, so the monitor here in front of me is this one is I want to say a 30, hold on a second, I'll tell you. Because I ordered them online. And I don't want to give you the wrong info here. So, let's see, LG. LG search. All right, so this one here in front of me is the LG 34 WN is in Nancy 780 ultra wide monitor right here in front of me, which wasn't a terrible monitor. Let's see. They still got it on Amazon, 500 reviews, 4.5 stars, $600 for this one right here. And I just love it because it's ultra wide. I can fit so many things on there. Excuse me. And then this one over here is probably one of my most favorite monitors. It's the LG 28MQ 780. And this is a 28-inch monitor. And it's made to run up and down like this because you can split screens here and here. So you basically get, you know, a 27-inch monitor here and a 27-inch monitor here, which is amazing. And then a monitor that you guys can't see because it's over here in this corner. And I'm just going to tell you right now, if you travel or you do anything where you need an extra monitor, this is the monitor to get. It is called an UpPerfect, and that's UpPerfect, UPERFECT. It's a 4K 15.6 inch monitor. 15.6 inches isn't big, but I'll tell you what, it is a great monitor. The clarity of it is unreal. It is a little pricey for a 15-inch monitor. It's $306. But guys, I'm telling you, you can fold it up, you can get a stand with it, whatever, and I love it because it's perfect for like if you need, so let's say you're streaming and you need another screen, or you need a screen for Discord or Telegram, or chart specific. And what made me get this screen was a good buddy of mine. He's a big stock trader. He trades basically 7 stocks, that's it. And he has 7 of those on his desk. And that way he's got them all spaced out. It looks really cool, but those monitors are amazing. I use the Surface laptops. Surface laptop is running this monitor, and then my Mac Studio is running this monitor. And I've got 2 more computer setups behind me, pretty identical setup. And then on my setup downstairs, which is the one I use the most during the daytime that you guys see me stream on, is a 43-inch Dell monitor with a Microsoft Surface laptop. So, what's up? What's up, Brando? That's the difference with you, Andy. Your knowledge and experience sets you aside from the rest. You're a people person, and that goes a far way. Dell, thank you again for that, man. I just, I think in an age where we're trying to build people up and we're trying to help them grow as individuals, they need less marketing and just more education. It's like me making tons of content, whether it's photos, reels, or anything, isn't going to help anyone at all do better in their trading. If I post a reel tomorrow of me driving around in my car, how is that helping anyone grow? And what happens is, and me and Hannah, we were talking about this the other night, we're going to do a little podcast on it together, was people's social media pages have turned into basically a sales page. It's no longer them sharing their life on a more of a, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what my family's doing, this is how I'm growing. Hey, let me help educate you. It's more now of what can I put out here to sell you, and then use it as that sell page. So that's why I've muted so many people on social media. It's like if I'm following you and every single day I feel like you're trying to promote something to me, and it's more of a movie than a life that you're living. Why would I follow that? Because you hear everyone say all the time, and this is something that I heard a while back while I was at a big conference. He was like, if you ever hear someone say, I used to hear my friends say all the time, oh man, your life's like a movie. And he was like, no, it's not. Because movies are fake. Like 9 times out of 10, the movie you're watching is fake. Everything is scripted. That's what a movie is. It has a script. So if you're saying my life's like a movie, then you're saying your life is scripted and it's fake. So ever since he said that, when I see things that look like movies on how something's promoted or something's done, it's like, man, it's too much scripting for me. Let's just be real, Do I have a boom on my desk to hold them? I do. The ones that I use for my desk are, I got them right here. Hold on one second. So I use it's not priced terrible, but let me see. So for my smaller monitors, for the 15.6 inch and my 27 inch, I use a Vivo, VIVO, 15,730 ratings, 4.5 5 stars. They make it 16 inch tall, 39 inch tall, $39. So that's Vivo. And then I use another one connected on these that's a little bit more expensive. But the way it moves all sort of directions. And it is hold on a second here, I'll tell you what setup it is. So it is the Ergostan, and it is made by, let's see here. Come on. Well, why isn't it popping up on my list now? That's weird. Give me 1 second, guys. Look in my email. I'm pretty sure it's right here in my email. So this monitor came with the Ergostan, and it was $699 with the monitor and the stand. If you get the stand itself, it's $249. So it was the Mountit is who I got the stand for this one. And it allows you to move your monitor in all sorts of directions. Granted, it doesn't move from this position right now, but I was like, going forward, I could maybe want it higher, slide it over, whatever. So And then I've got my mic right here. You can't see it. It's out just enough, and it's just on a long boom over here. What's my thoughts on Threads so far? I really like it. I really like it. I think it's cool. I'm more of a person that liked Instagram when people just shared photos, and then a text with it, because people were actually sharing what they were doing with their life. And then it went more advertisement things for the photos and videos, and then they were like, well, we'll create reels, throw that in there, and it's like stories. Stories were cool at first because people were using it like Snapchat, where you're sharing things. Well, then stories turned into, oh, I'm going to use this to market to someone, and I just feel like every single platform that I've enjoyed has turned into a marketing platform. And Threads could go that way as well. I'm hoping they let the algorithm be natural, and we also get an algorithm. We'll take the algorithm away from it and just have it streamlined, so you can see based on a chronological order of as people are updating it. I think it makes it more fun that way. But if they keep it that way, it'll be cool, because everyone that I see on there, or everyone that I've went and looked at their stories, they're just sharing what they're doing on a daily basis. They're sharing, where they're going to eat, what their family's doing, their weekend plans. It offers a little bit more engagement with individuals, so I hope it stays that way and doesn't turn into, a marketing aspect of, hey, buy this, buy that, I'm selling this, sign up for this type deal. So we'll see, but I really like it. Andy, do you know what's going on with Raja Banks? I heard he uses his own brokers and scam people, asked them to join and trade, use the Dominion. So I'll be honest, I don't know much about the guy. Me and him were supposed to do a live trading session a while back, and just never made it happen. I think I may follow him, but I think I have him muted, because like I said, I've got almost everyone muted except for my family and close friends. Everyone, just because I don't want to see your stuff. If once people go down that route of every single day trying to sell me something, or you can just see that they're uncomfortable. Like when people are uncomfortable behind a camera trying to tell you something, then it's scripted, it's not real, it's not authentic. So I just mute them, and it's like, I'll go check you out a few months from now and see what's going on. So I've never seen much of his stuff. Don't follow him. I know this sounds bad, but if something's not benefiting me in a positive aspect as far as moving me towards a direction I want to go, there's no reason for me to even engage in what's happening in that person's life. So, if he was out here, say, scamming 100,000 people, it doesn't bother me because I'm not involved with him, so I'm not getting scammed by it. So I guess it's just a weird thing, Jackson, of, I just don't pay attention to what other people are doing. I stay in my own lane. And I'll see what people do as the masses when people are telling me about stuff or sending me screenshots of something. But, me personally, I'm not going and dissecting really what these people are doing. I just stay in my own lane, really. Yeah, Chris, that's going to be the monitor you want. The stand you want for sure is one of the Ergo stands. All right, guys. Wow, that was a long stream. I did not think I'd be on here for an hour and a half. So I'm going to just look over here real quick at the trades. Let's see here. NAS is setting flat. GU setting right there. Yeah, actually, I can just see here real quick. GJ gold did not go well, but it's okay. We'll see what happens. Our NAS sales looking good in profit, $600. So, like I said, we'll just watch them and see what happens tomorrow. See if we can hit, any TPs. I'll be down for it. All right, guys, this was fun. Able to go in here and answer a lot of questions. We went an hour and 25 minutes, so I did not think we'd be going that long. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be giving an update to the market. I don't have an exact time. Probably later in the day, to be honest, and probably the same for Tuesday. I've got a lot of stuff I got to get done in the morning times. And then Wednesday, we got a ton of red folders on Wednesday for GBP, USD, and CAD. So we'll probably I don't trade the news. There's really no reason to unless we just don't have any positions. So I'll give a follow up on Wednesday whether or not we're going to trade 8:30 or 9:30 Eastern Standard Time for market open. So that's it, well, guys. Y'all have an amazing night. We'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good start to the week.